is that I think that we need to have a fair critique and evaluation of President Donald Trump. That's all I'm saying. I think a lot of people get mad at me for doing this and standing up for truth. But I'm like, we got to hold the standard. I can't be fake with y'all. I can't be biased. I can't be like, well, we hold a standard on the Democrats, but then when we do it, we act like we have to turn a blind eye. I just really think that this is something that we need to identify and improve on. We don't need to throw the baby away with the bathwater. But at the same time, we need Donald Trump to get his act together. Because I'm telling you guys, I feel like I'm an oracle with this. I almost feel like I can see into the future and I almost see the other side and what they could possibly be thinking. We don't see this as a problem. I'm going to play a clip, and I want you to imagine that this was Joe Biden in this clip, or this was a Democrat in the clip. And you tell me, what would you think if you were on the other side of the table? Roll the clip with Bret Baier and Donald Trump.
In 2016, you said that. I'm going to surround myself with only the best and most serious people.
Well, I did do that. And we had tremendous look. We had the best economy we've ever had. The world has ever seen.
Your Vice President, Mike Pence, is running against you.
Yeah.
Your Ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, she's running against you. Your former Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, said he's not supporting you. You mentioned National Security Advisor John Bolton. He's not supporting you either. You mentioned Attorney General Bill Barr, says you shouldn't be president again, calls you the consummate narcissist and troubled man. You recently called Barr a gutless pig. Your second defense secretary is not supporting you, called you irresponsible. This week, you and your White House called your White House Chief of Staff, John Kelly, weak and ineffective and born with a very small brain. You called your acting White House Chief of Staff, Mick Mulvaney, a born loser. You called your first Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, dumb as a rock, and your first Defense Secretary, James Mattis, the world's most overrated general. You called your White House Press Secretary, Kayleigh Canadian, milquetoast, and multiple times you've referred to your Transportation Secretary, Elaine Chao, as Mitch McConnell's China-loving wife. So, why did you hire all of them in the first place?
Because I hired 10 to 1 that were fantastic. We had a great economy. We had phenomenal people in charge of the economy. We had phenomenal people in the military. I'm not a fan of Milley, and I'm not a fan of certain of the television people. But I knocked out ISIS. I defeated ISIS. They said, Mattis, it would take 3 years, and I don't think we can do it. I did it in a period of like 4 weeks.
There's a lot of people who praise you for your policies. I just said that.
That's true. Well, I mean, you just went through a list. But don't forget, for every one you say, I had 10 that love us. And one thing happens, I find, with.
So you get just a little snippet of that interview. And what are your thoughts on that, Brandon Tatum? It's that I have never heard in the history of this country that people would come out against somebody to that extent. That's almost every major person in Trump's administration he had a problem with, and it seems as if they had a problem with him. That's not normal. And for whatever we want to say about it, that's just not normal. And so the question is, when you look at the landscape of the general election, what do other people think about that? Now, I know many of you guys are saying, like I'm still voting for him, but I vote for him over Democrat any day of the week. But what does independents think about that? What do Democrats that we need to vote for Republicans in order to win, what do they think about that? I just think the man needs to get his stuff together in certain areas so we can actually win. Do I think he's the best person for the job? I think if Trump get out of his way, he probably could be incredible. And I think everybody would view him that way. I mean, people get over the racist thing, right? I mean, everybody know that that's bull crap. They didn't blew the word up so much that it has no meaning to it anymore. So Trump can overcome that. It's just the other stuff. It's just the unprofessionalism. It's just the fact that everybody turned their back on you. And I just can't imagine that every single person that was just named in that they're all bad, right? I mean, everybody's bad. Milley, Rex Tillerson. I mean, everybody's bad. I can't imagine that. And there's a reason why Ron DeSantis is running. There's a reason why people are in the election running. You know, and there are so many more names on there that Bret Baier didn't even say. I mean, Ron DeSantis is another person that Donald Trump, you know, loved. And now he talks, you know, very recklessly about him. I mean, you can go down the list. Donald Trump's wife. Where's his wife on the campaign? They don't support him. Where's his daughter on the campaign? Where's his family on the campaign? His family don't support him. You know, Don Jr. do, but his wife don't. I mean, I'm just saying, think about it. He got all the beef with all these people. He runs for re-election. His daughter don't support him, and his own wife don't support him. It makes you question, like, is he doing it for the right reasons? Or are we just fantasizing over a comeback story that may not happen, and we're going to think it's cheating again?